Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing today on this wonderful Sunday? I'm sending out some positive energy to you all. And today we are basically going to be winding up for the weekend and winding up for the week and then winding down. But this one is kind of a weird week because we'll all have to work on Monday and then we have the 4th of July. So I don't know if you all are off for the 4th of July. But thanks for joining me today. And so get out one of your unfinished projects or pull out one of your coloring books. And we're just going to spend a little time today chatting and just really, really relaxing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the cloud actually. And so you'll see what I mean. Hey, she's in the cloud. Isn't that cool? So if you like planning, organization, and also lifestyle types of videos, then this is definitely the channel for you. So you can subscribe if you like. It's always just a suggestion. And also you can share this out with your tribe as well. So I'd like to know how everybody is doing today and what project are you going to be working on while we just sit here and kind of relax and chat. Now, I was looking to see, I actually didn't finish my project from last week and I'm going to be coloring again. And I couldn't remember which book that I had, so I just pulled out 2 of the books real quick so that I could actually figure it out. And you know what? You all, when I came on I'm on the stream a little bit earlier than when it goes live. And I actually had a troll. I had a troll in my comments. I never had a troll before. I kind of feel quite honored that, I had a troll in here because, that's never happened to me. But I may never say that again. So this is the book that I actually used because I had my pencils in here. From last week, I saved the pencil, or not saved, but I put the pencils that I was working with so I wouldn't have to look for them. But I'm still going to pull out my bucket of pencils that I have here just in case I want to change something or add something. And I also need my pencil sharpeners. If you leave a comment in the comment field, just know that there is a 30-second delay there. So that will help me to get rid of any trolls. And also, it may delay me from actually answering any questions that you may have. So I'd love to know how everything is doing with you. And again, what type of project are you working on that you would like to get finished? Maybe you're not working on it right now while we're chatting, but maybe a project that you would like to get finished and you haven't got finished. I think this is a great time to do it because summertime is just like a really good time to like relax and refocus on things. And I know in the planner community, especially, one thing that's going on right now is the one book July challenge. And the last live stream that I did was about that. And so that's something that you might want to take a look at, the one book for July. And I'm going to be using my Recollections personal planner for that, but it's already kind of fat. Look at that. So I don't know. I'm actually still setting it up even though we're into day 2 of July. But I'm going to just not think about that right now. And I'm going to relax and I'm going to start coloring and I'm just going to chat with you all. And you can tell me how your week has been going and what do you have planned for the 4th of July? I plan on just hanging out with my family, which is what I normally do anyway. We're just a kind of a hangout kind of family type of people. And so I also, besides my gear here, I got my wine. I got wine because I really wanted to relax this time. I got my wine, y'all. And I need my old lady glasses too. I need to clean my old lady glasses off. I can't do anything without my old lady glasses. Let's see. for me, this week, I think it's all kind of been about the DIY. I've been doing lots of DIYs this week, which I'm the queen of the DIY because I'm always trying to do things on a budget. I don't know about you all, but crafting and planning and, taking care of your home, that could take some coins. So you have to kind of budget the way that you do things. And I always say that the best way to kind of get things done, anything done, even with budgeting, is to do things in baby steps. So I'm a huge fan of the baby steps. So if you watch my channel, you'll hear me say that a lot. Baby steps. So of course, one of the things that I did for my DIY projects for this week was to just start getting my planner together for the month of July, because every month at the beginning of the month she always does new innards for her dividers. And so when I say innards, I mean I don't really do like inserts, but I do create new dividers inside of it, and I put in fresh paper, and some things will carry over into the next month. And I just like doing that because I like changing things up a little bit. I don't mind having change. I'm not one to look for a planner piece, which I actually have a video on planner piece as well. If you don't know what planner piece is, or maybe you don't care about planner piece, then I totally get it. Now, I have to say, when I started on the live stream today, the weather is nice and sunny, and it's actually still sunny, and it's actually thundering outside, so I know what's coming next. Because for some reason, somebody does not want me to do the live stream, but hopefully the power won't go out. So we're counting on the power not going out. So let's see. I think I'm going to get another color. I think I need like a green or something in here, because this is kind of plain. I already don't know how this one's coming out. Sometimes you don't know how your patterns are going to come out until you actually get finished with them. And usually they look pretty beautiful once everything is all done. But I don't know. I think I already may have put too many colors in here, but that's okay. So when I talk about doing things on a budget, for instance, the dividers that I made for the planner itself, I actually did those. I did those with some craft paper, because you can do a lot of things with craft paper. And I know I've had many questions on what do I do with my leftover craft paper. Well, you can make some die cuts. If you have some stamps, you can use those. You can if you are a planner, you can make boxes with your craft paper. It's just a ton of things that you can do with the craft paper that's left over. And I think I have enough craft paper from the particular book that I use. I think I have enough that I will be able to use it again for the next month, because it's a summer pad. I'm using the Tropical Life, Recollections Tropical Life paper pad, and I used about 12 sheets out of it. It has 48 sheets in it, so I still have plenty of sheets that I can use with those. So that is going to be awesome. So speaking of the chat as well, I will be on the chat for a bit until the stream fully closes down. So if you're a little shy and you're an introvert like me, then you'll be able to chat with me for a few minutes after the stream has gone down. So you don't have to worry about that. Ooh, just hold on for a second. Drop my rag. Ugh. It is it's so warm. I think one reason why I always feel so warm in here is because of the lights. And I actually set up an additional light in here because I'm just trying to get the lighting better so you all can see me good. So you can see me when I'm in the cloud. I like that. Being in the cloud. Have you all heard about that? The people that decided that they wanted to be YouTube famous. I think that's kind of like the trending topic for this week. The people that wanted to be YouTube famous. I don't know if I want to be YouTube famous, but I definitely know I don't want to be YouTube famous like they became YouTube famous. Have y'all heard the stories about that? Now, the other Liz on here, Liz Butterfly, I like that name, Liz Butterfly. I love butterflies. She says, I am going to watercolor some items for my June scripture reading. I need to catch up today, and that will give me a break from writing. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I'm starting to enjoy journaling myself. I don't think I ever did like a lot of journaling, but I'm enjoying that also. But the people that are trying to be the YouTube famous people, like, I don't have like cable, so I won't say I don't watch a lot of TV because I do watch like Netflix and Hulu and things like that. And but when breaking news comes out, I'm usually like the last one to know unless my family tells me. So my mother was telling me, she said, hey, you're on YouTube all the time. Did you hear about the people that were they wanted to be famous on YouTube? And I said, what are you talking about? And she says, yeah, this guy and this girl, they came up with this harebrained gimmick to shoot a gun through a book, but one person is supposed to be holding the book and the other person is going to shoot the gun, and it's not supposed to go through. And of course, you know what happened. Yeah, that didn't work out so well for the guy. He was the one that was actually holding the book like an idiot, and of course she shot the gun, and you know what happened. He didn't make it. But they're not only YouTube famous, but they're like famous, probably all over the world now. Yeah, that's what I said. That's kind of crazy. And I was just thinking, I was talking to my mom about it, and I said, you know what? I don't think that was like a gimmick. Like, she was the one that had to tell them the story about this, about them, doing the video. So maybe she killed him on purpose. That's what I'm thinking. So, of course, she was arrested for reckless homicide or something like that. He's dead, and of course his family is without him now. But I just can't see anybody doing something that dumb to be YouTube famous. So that's why I was thinking that maybe this was like premeditated murder. So we'll see how things kind of roll out with that. Of course, somebody else is going to have to give me the news because she doesn't watch the news like that. So I have to wait for my family to give me the news. Even though you can get the news on YouTube, you have to kind of go digging for it. You have to know what you're looking for, because I don't think like breaking news comes up on there. Actually, breaking news comes up on Twitter though. Twitter has it so they have like things running just like it's on TV. So when there's breaking news on there, it'll come up in your feed. So that's kind of nice as well because I'm on Twitter a lot. So see, now my page is starting to look a lot better because at first, for a while there, she wasn't so sure what was going on when it came to the page here. So what do you all usually do to kind of wind down, or have you been winding down? I have to admit, I don't think I've really been like kind of relaxing like on Sunday, because it's almost a time when you end up kind of ripping and running and trying to do things so that you can be ready for Monday morning. And so I don't know if I really kind of just take a moment and just let my mind rest a bit. So what kind of things do you do to kind of unwind and kind of relax and let your mind rest? Because I think that's important. I think like even like coloring, and if you do like crafting type of things like the journaling like Liz Butterfly does, and some people do spiritual journaling, especially on Sunday after they've been to worship. And um, some people, they might just, it might be a lazy day for them, and they just watch TV and just enjoy some of their favorite genres. Maybe they like horror movies, or maybe like romantic movies or documentaries, because I could get down with documentaries, because I'm a total nerd like that. I love documentaries, especially about the food industry and health, which I guess that's kind of weird for some people, but I could definitely get down with that. Love, love, love the documentaries. Have you all ever seen the documentaries called Super Size Me, where this guy, he actually eats nothing but McDonald's, I think like for 30 days. I think it was 30 days that he did it. He ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So he didn't skip any meals. And of course, every meal that he had, he supersized it. And so I love that documentary. I know people, I don't think people normally eat that way, but it still was a great documentary. There was another documentary that this lady did in England, and she sort of did the same thing. She ate like really bad for like a time period, and what they did was they actually measured like all of their stats and stuff like for their body before they actually started, and then after they got done, they did it again to see how bad 30 days of bad eating would what it would do to your bodies. And of course, they had like some horrible results after the 30 days. But I love stuff like that. Yeah. Hey, Kimberly, how you doing today? You gave yourself 25 minutes. That's awesome. I'm only going to stay on, well, I'm saying only. It's kind of a long time. The first time I did this stream, I was on for 2 hours. And I didn't even realize I was on that long because I wasn't really paying attention. I was just kind of just enjoying the process. And so I said I'm not going to stay on that long anymore because, I want to be mindful of everybody's time, to include mine. So only, I said a max of an hour. And if I don't finish the project, then I'll just put it away until next week. And that's what I did for this week. So Kimberly says a lady did a documentary eating off the healthy menu from McDonald's. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I'm going to have to look it up. And I will, because when people suggest stuff to me, I always go and I look the stuff up. Like Kimberly Jones, that's here in the chat. She was the one that actually asked me if I was going to be doing the One Book July challenge. And of course, I had never heard of what that was. And so I had to go, excuse me, I went out and immediately went and researched it. So thank you, Kimberly, for kind of getting me on that, because I think it's going to be a great way to kind of purge what I'm doing as far as planning. And also, I call it like a cleanse. It's cleansing my palette, my planner palette. So hopefully you all will join me. And I did a live stream on that one yesterday, so you can check that out, and it'll tell you what it is and what the rules are and the pros and cons and all that good stuff. So we have Ben McFuzzylugs. It says the Fathead documentary is interesting. The guy did the supersized thing, but he kept it low carb but high calorie junk. The results were interesting. Yeah, those are always interesting because it's like that's not something you would try for yourself, but sometimes I just end up eating bad anyway, so I might as well be an experiment. Let's see. Kimberly says, I posted your video in 2 planner groups on Facebook. Right on, Kimberly. Right on. I appreciate that. I think it's a really good video. And I don't take credit for the One Book July, but I just, when you suggested it to me, Kimberly, I was on top of it. So, and I found the lady that actually created it, Remini's realms. I think she's a Wiccan, but you know, that doesn't really matter because that has absolutely nothing to do with the planner. So I was like all in. It was just like a fantastic idea to kind of purge things for show. Ooh, I'm kind of liking the way this is turning out. I like this coloring book because I've said it in the past. Some coloring books I can't get down with because the little things are just too small. But I'm a little thirsty, so I'm just gonna take a sip of my wine. You guys can have y'all can have a glass of wine too if y'all want to. Or whatever you like to partake of, or maybe you might just need a sip of Kool-Aid or something like that, you know. I get it. I get it. So let's see here. I had also did like a live stream about fitness. It wasn't really about fitness. It was like I was trying to look for some ideas when it came to doing fitness because this year I have not been doing anything but sitting at my desk and working and making videos. So Liz Butterfly asked me, what kind of wine am I drinking? I'm actually drinking Moscato, and I can't tell you the brand. I started to bring the bottle over here because I knew somebody was going to ask me. But I used to be in a like a wine club where they send you like 2 bottles of wine a month. And although I didn't drink wine like that, what happened was I just ended up accumulating a lot of bottles of wine. And so after a while, I just stopped the wine club because it was a little bit ridiculous because I had all this wine. Of course, I have people in my family that help me drink it, but they don't drink it all, so I still have lots of it. So this was one of the bottles that I had, and it tastes really good. And what happened also is I had a wine cabinet, and I had it like on my outdoor porch. And it was a cooling cabinet. It was like a refrigerator, and it broke down and it was full of wine. And I was hoping that the wine didn't go bad because you can't change the temperature on the wine like that. And so this was one of the bottles, and it still tastes good. So I have hopes for my other bottles of wine that they survived the heat from when that happened. Let's see. Liz Butterfly says, I have my brisk iced tea. I love brisk iced tea. That tea is so good. So good. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you all as well. Like I have like all these markers and stuff and my pencils. Of course, I have like my pencils there's no big deal, but like I purchased the Crayola Super Tips, and I love the Crayola Super Tips. For one thing, they're right up my budget alley, and I decided to try them. I went to the dollar store and I purchased like a 10-pack. It was a 10-pack for $2. And of course, I know that if you break down the unit cost of the pencils or the markers, I probably pay more than if I would have just bought a big pack. But I wanted to try them first. I thought that was a good price point to try them. And I love the Super Tips because I wanted to actually practice my writing skills and try to do not so much like calligraphy, but just try to do like the creative writing. And so I purchased those, and I got the 10-pack, and so I have some of them in here, but I actually have a box of the 50-pack because I got those as well. And I will say, part of the one book July for me, and probably something that I'll do for, God willing, I'm still alive for future July's, I am going to do a no spin for July for crafting products and also for planner products. So for July, I'm not going to Michael's for nothing. I'm not going to Hobby Lobby for nothing. I'm not going to be shopping online for no planners, but nothing, because I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit out of control. And I just want to kind of use what I have, because I'm trying not to be a hoarder. This is very easy to become a hoarder, especially when you are doing crafting, because it's not a good feeling when you're trying to do a craft and you don't have what you need while you're doing it. You have glue in your hand and you already put on your paper and you don't have what you need to stick down. So you always go out and you end up hoarding lots of stuff. So I decided for July, as part of my one book July, since it's a process of kind of paring things down, that I'm doing a no spin. So Liz Butterfly said she did no spin for crafts in June, failed only one day. That's good, and back on it again. So you did good, and it's good that you don't beat yourself up and then you just kind of get back up on the horse, because sometimes it's just not possible to just not spend anything. Now, I didn't do like a total no spend, because I knew that probably was not setting myself up for success, because you have to buy food and I might have to buy some other items. I actually got invited by a friend to go and stay for the weekend at my friend's, and so I know I'm gonna need to spend money there. So you just have to be careful how you set your no spend up. You want to set it up for success, and I've never done it for a month because I didn't think that I would be able to, but I've done it for like a week at a time, and I like that. But this time I said I'm gonna do it for like the full month, and we's gonna see how it's gonna work out. So I'm with you, Liz Butterfly. I am with you. And Kimberly says, me too. I'm going to a planner meetup in August. I'm dying to go to a planner meetup, and I hesitate to try to organize one because I'm kind of busy and I don't think I'm going to have time to organize one myself. But that may be what's going to happen. I stay in the Orlando area, but I would like to go to one that's in the northern Orlando area, because Orlando is kind of big. And so I know it's probably some meetups all the way like on the east side or something, and I stay on the north side, and then I have to go like 45 minutes to go to the meetup, which, you know what, I probably would totally do. But I haven't seen anybody that has meetups in this area just yet. But I would totally be down to go to a meetup. I might even travel a little bit. I know people in Atlanta, they have the meetups all the time. And I have some friends in Atlanta, so that would be a great time to go on a trip and then go to a meetup with people that like planning just like me. And then Liz Butterfly says she has 2 exceptions for crafts in June, didn't get my exception. Wait, yes, I wrote 2 exceptions for crafts in June, didn't get my exception. July exception is illustrated faith devotional kit. Sometimes that's why I'm just staying out the store, so I won't be making up any excuses, because I know for me, I can justify anything to get what I want. So I can be like, not even that it's going to be on sale or something. It's like, I need that right now. So and I like it. That's the best justification. I just like it, so I'm just going to get it. Which is not a justification at all. Not a justification at all. So I'm just going to stay away. I'm not even going to look at the coupons. I'm not going to pay attention in the Facebook groups when people start talking about it. I'm just, nope. She's not going to do it, you all. And that's going to be part of my rules for the one book July. And one thing that I like about the one book July too is that there's not really any rules to it. You kind of make your rules, but you still want to kind of stay within the whole premise of the challenge, and that's basically to like just pare things down and focus on the systems themselves. And because we have all the tools, we have the inserts, we have all the different planners, and we have all the pretty pins and all the sticky notes and all that stuff, but the system itself is the important piece of it. It's like how you are actually planning and if it's effective for you. that's the piece that we should be concentrating on. So I think that's what it's all about. So in addition to focusing on the system, I'm going to just scale back when I'm doing, use less stickers. I won't say no stickers, because since I am a planning channel, people expect to see plan with me and they expect to see stickers. So I kind of have to, that's my justification for doing some decoration. But at the same time, I'm just going to kind of focus on just using one planner for mostly everything. So that's how she's gonna roll with that one. And I think it's gonna work out. I think it's gonna work out very well. So what are you all gonna do for the 4th? I think I might have asked you already. I'm not really like a fireworks kind of girl. I'll watch the fireworks, but I never like lighting up fireworks. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was scared of it, but, and I don't like all that noise either. That makes me feel kind of old, but I've always been that way. I'm a sparklers kind of girl. I like the sparklers, so I don't like the loud, booms and pops and all that stuff. And maybe because, I didn't exactly come from a bad neighborhood, but I'm not down with stuff that sounds like gunfire. Let's just put it like that. She doesn't like that. And that's what those firecrackers sound like. Sounds like gunfire to me. And it kind of freaks me out. And I guess it doesn't help that I worked overseas in war zone too. So that might be part of the problem as well. You're welcome, Kim. You're welcome, Kimmy. I always give people like little nicknames and stuff, but if you don't want to be called Kimmy, you could just tell me, no, Liz. That's not going to work for me. Or you just might be Kimmy. You hate the 4th of July too? I don't hate it, but I mean, I like being with my family, and I like, the cookouts, and we have fun and stuff like that. But the fireworks, that piece, I'm not really down with the fireworks piece. It's pretty in the sky. And I stay here in Orlando, and if you go, actually, you don't even have to be on Disney property to see their fireworks if you go to a certain spot. But I kind of stay far from there. But I've been out to the parks, and Disney, they do fireworks like every day. I don't know how they do it. They do fireworks for about 45 minutes every single day. And it is like Love American Style, if anybody is old enough to know what that show was. It's like crazy fireworks. So I don't know what they do for the 4th of July, because, they go big. It is not a game when it comes to Disney. He said, no, Kimmy. All right, no Kimmy, Kimberly. I thought I'd try it, though. I tried it. People always ask me, because my name is Elizabeth, and of course most of my life I've been affectionately called Liz, and so people always ask me, well, what do you want me to call you when they meet me? And I tell them I don't care. They can call me Elizabeth or they can call me Liz, but nobody has ever really called me Beth. Except for one person. Nobody even asked me that. I had one person that I work for, and I knew if I heard somebody calling me Beth down the road, it was her, because she was the only person that called me Beth, but I didn't mind. And also it kind of worked out that my name was Liz, because when I was in the military and I stayed like in the barracks, I actually was roomed up with another Elizabeth, but they called her Beth and they called me Liz. Hi Raquel, how you doing? Are you winding? You're winding up for the week and winding down? Doing some editing? Because I know if you're like me, you're like an editing kind of crazy kind of person. I showed a little bit of a behind the scenes a few days ago, and you can go back to that video if you want to see it, just a touch, because there is so much that goes into actually editing videos. It takes a ton of time to put out quality videos for you all. So this is like a breath of fresh air when I can just come on here and kind of relax, and I don't have to worry about the editing aspect of it. So Kim says that she enjoys watching the news to see what blockhead lost a finger. Please don't judge. Oh no, I'm not judging. It's been a bad habit ever since I was little. You know what? I never been like against watching the news, but I will say I took this college course one time, and one of the assignments was to watch the news, and you had to write down what they talked about and how long they talked about, and if it was positive or if it was negative. And the results of that little experiment was kind of shocking and eye-opening to me. And they talked probably about 98% about bad things, and each little segment that they have was about 20 seconds long. And then they would put on like, they probably had like two segments. They had like 30 in a half an hour was about 30 segments that they had, and about 2 of them were good and the other 28 were bad. And then I would think about, I'll sit here and I watch TV right before I go to bed, and that's when you have like those vivid dreams and stuff. And that's when they put the news on right around the time before you go to bed. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna stop watching the news. And that was it for me. I stopped watching the news, even when I had cable. But sometimes you just can't get around watching the news. Ooh, no editing for you, Rachel. Good for you. Sometimes you have to take a break or it'll just like drive you mad. Are you going to do something later though? Ooh, working on a design team project. I would love to hear about that. What kind of designing are you doing? Are you allowed to talk about it? So Ben McFuzzyLugs says, thankfully we don't have 4th of July. Oh, are you in Canada? You said you're glad because your dogs hate fireworks. Yeah, dogs don't like that kind of stuff either. I guess maybe I was a dog in a past life. Oh, they have it like on the 5th of November. I think here they use every opportunity to use fireworks for realsies. Because they'll do it, on New Year's Eve. And of course, they start way before the date and then well after they're shooting fireworks off. So that's something to look forward to. Oh, Ben McFuzzy is in Scotland. They need a channel that just have good news on all day. The operative word is good news, because that just doesn't happen. I don't think people respond to good news like they do to bad news, unfortunately. And that's why they always have bad news. It's for Odd Bar Art Co. Interesting. Are we going to be hearing more about that in the future, Rachel, about the project? Or is it just something kind of like you're just working on like for work? Because sometimes we got other jobs too. I know people think YouTube is my job, but it's not. Lizzie has other jobs to do too. Yeah, fireworks have me jumpy all the time. Because I don't know. For some reason, I always think that bad people, can actually kind of use the day for fireworks as an excuse to like do bad things, like shoot guns and stuff. Although I haven't known that to happen like to anybody around me, but I always just think that. That's that negative stuff. That's why I always have to send positive energy out. Keep the positive energy around me and the people that are with me. Oh, I saw that little Shaker Mermaid card. Rachel says that the design team that she's working with that they have like a little mermaid shaker card that she did in one of the tutorials, right? That you shared. Of course, I watch all your stuff, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Because Rachel has a fantastic channel as well, y'all. You can check hers out. She's at Scrap Craftastic. And no, this is not a sponsored video for her. But I always mention her because I always get some good ideas from you, Rachel. I love your channel. Because I love watching YouTube. I'm not only a YouTube creator, but I'm a Tubi lover. I love YouTube videos. And I watch them every day. Yeah, with so many shootings, the first thought is someone is shooting a gun. Yeah. Yep. That's my thought. I'm like, oh Lord. What's going on? It's like you just never know these days. I'm gonna stay out the line of fire. And I know like even in our area they always have like nice events and stuff that you can go to for like the 4th of July where you can bring your blanket and you can kind of picnic and you can watch things. But I'm afraid to do that now too because, you know, terrorism is real. I almost don't want to be where there's like a lot of people. How do you all feel about that? Do you feel like terrorism is kind of limiting like your scope of where you feel comfortable at? Because it does for me. Because sometimes I just happened to be looking at some YouTube videos yesterday about there's like a kind of a traditional thing that the journalists do, the White House journalists do, and you know it's kind of like a roast. And I was kind of watching the old ones and everything, and I was thinking, man, all those people in the same spot, that would be like really scary for me to go and do something like that. Yeah, Kimberly, me too. I love YouTube. And I think one reason why I like YouTube, I know I'm just jumping between subjects and stuff, but I think one reason why I love YouTube is because you can watch what interests you specifically instead of kind of like the hit or miss that you get on TV. Now, don't get me wrong. I watch Netflix and I also watch Hulu. So there are some TV shows, but then again, I can pick the exact interest that I like. And so that's awesome. Yeah, thank God for YouTube. Oh, Rachel says when she was at the movies and it was just a few people there and it was a 9 a.m. movie. I always go to the movies in the morning too. And it was only a few people you thought about. You know what? I love going to the movies and I refuse to stop going to the movies. But every time I go, I always think about that. I always think about what if somebody comes in here. But you know what? You still have to live your life though. You definitely still have to live your life. Because if you just let the terrorists have their way, they would have you stuck in the house all the time. And I definitely don't want that. Lizzie wants to live her life, but I do think about the crowds. I think about the crowds. Oh, they don't do AM movies? That kind of sucks. I like the AM movies. We really only go on the weekends, and even those are not that crowded. The crowds don't really bother me or anything. We just go because we just kind of go to kind of get that part of our day over with, and then we could do something else. Because usually when we go to the movies, it's a family event, and so just lucky for us. And oh, let me tell you all, it's probably too late for this also, but if you're here in the States, Groupon, sometimes they have it where you can buy like kind of like movie credits. And you ought to check out Groupon if you guys never checked out Groupon, but they had like movie credits and like I was able to buy like $20 in credits for like $10. So I could buy a few movie tickets with that or concessions. So, you know, we don't really do that much concessions because I'm one of them people. I will make some popcorn and put it in a plastic bag and take it in the movies. Yep, I'm one of them because That popcorn is expensive, and candy. So Liz Butterfly says you have to live life by faith in being covered by God. Yeah, whatever faith you are, you have to kind of just take the leap out there, because you don't want to be stuck in the house. You have to live your life, because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to just not live our lives. So yeah, I like definitely earlier on the movies. Definitely. That's like a really good time to go. And then I don't think I ever was a late night movie goer for show. Never been a late night movie goer. Something I wanted to mention, because we don't have a lot of time left for today, is I said I was going to mention this on my live streams. I can tell who watches the live streams, of course. I can tell how far into the live streams people watch. But what I decided to do, and it was kind of a spur of the moment thing, is I decided to do a giveaway. Uh-oh. You okay in there? All right. I decided to do a giveaway, and what I'm giving away, oh, hold on for a second. Let me get it. What I'm giving away is this planner, and this is a wait, let me just switch the camera real quick so you guys can see, because it's hard to see in the cloud. All right, so what I decided to give away is this Recollections planner, and it is used, but it is like gently used. It's like brand new, doesn't have any dirt, no scratches on it or anything like that. But the big kicker is the inside. I set this up for last month. It's all set up. It has, planner. It has the dashboards and everything in it. And I'm also going to put some store lists in here as well, some fresh store lists. And I am going to be giving this away. So I'm also going to give away the pin that's in here. Why not? I mean, this whole thing, since I didn't use it for last month. And so Kimberly is showing her love for this planner. It is beautiful. I'm telling you guys, it's so beautiful. Like, I didn't want to give it up, but I said, I need to go ahead and give people something. Because you know what? I have, on this YouTube channel, I'm so happy that I started it. I've had so much fun meeting people, and I'm almost up to 1,000 subscribers, and that's really huge in the YouTube community. I mean, I'm still like a little bitty channel or whatever, but the people that I have met it's like really big, and I wanted to kind of show my appreciation. So I couldn't be stingy, and so I decided that I am going to give this away. And I didn't want to make it like a whole lot of convoluted rules and stuff, because I have seen people's channel where they said, if you want to win whatever it is that they have, you got to follow me on Instagram, you got to follow me on Facebook, you have to do this, you have to like this, you have to like this. It's like 10 things you have to do to actually follow, and I didn't want it to be that hard for people. So the only thing that you have to do is to be a subscriber, comment on the video, on one of these videos within this time frame. You just comment on those and tell me in the comments like what type of videos that you like to see on this channel, because that's the important piece, because I need feedback from you all so I can make sure that I'm giving you quality videos and things that you like to see here. I lost my little rag again. Oh, Lord. Anyway, and then also make sure you give the video a thumbs up and share it out. So I can tell when you do all those things. But you know what? I just wanted to make it really easy for people to actually win the giveaway. So that's the only thing that you have to do. Yeah, it drives me absolutely crazy as well, Liz Butterfly, when people try to make you have to go, if they go past like 2 things that I have to do and I have to go off the channel, then I'm not in. I usually, as soon as they say that, I'm like, well, nope, I'm not going to do it. Because especially if they say, you know, you have to go to Snapchat and do this and you got to go to Instagram, I'm not on all of those platforms. And it seems like they would focus more on where you're at, which is here on YouTube. So that's how we're going. So of course on the replay I'll have everything down in the description, so you don't have to worry about trying to remember. The important piece is to tell me what kind of videos that you like to see on this channel, and I think that would be quite most helpful for me. Yeah, you can, it's so confusing, so confusing. Ain't nobody got time for that. Y'all, this wine is really good. I didn't think I was gonna drink all of this, but I think I might. It's really sweet. It's a really sweet wine. Yeah, when you have to, oh my goodness. I haven't seen the one where you had to tag friends too. That's just out of control. That is out of control. I still have a few minutes, so I'm gonna keep on coloring because I wanted to stay on for just an hour, and we are like 52 minutes in. So, hey, I have another question to ask you all, and that is, I don't know if you came in at the very beginning of the stream. If you did, I have like a timer and some music that's going where I kind of start that before the time that I come on, so people will know that the stream is going to begin. How do you feel about that intro? Is it like something that's a deterrent, like you want to just turn away from it when you hear it? Is the music too loud? I would love to know what you all think. Your feedback is important to me. I listen to my viewers. Even sometimes when people say that they are looking for something in particular, I'll usually go out and research and I'll do a video about it, even if it's like one person, as long as it fits within the topics that we talk about here on the channel, because that's the important piece. I'm trying to stay focused, but it's hard for me to stay focused because I have a creative mind. So when I see people doing like art journaling and making pretty pictures and coloring and stuff, I'm like, I want to do that too. So it's easy for me to just go off the deep end. So just know that I listen to my community and I want to do what's best for you all. And because I do that, I usually end up with like just a poop load of videos. Some videos don't even get off of the cutting room floor, and that's because I've been posting videos every day, and I still have videos left that over time they won't be relevant, and then I don't get to post those. So what I've been doing is I'm posting them over on my Patreon. So the patrons actually get to see additional footage there. And I don't talk about the Patreon a lot because people, they get uncomfortable when you start talking about other places to go. But it's part of the community. It's a place where I want to be able to connect with the community here as well. And so you can check that out, and the link is below as well. It's just patreon.com/LizForAday. The music is nice, but maybe you can put in a ribbon that says waiting for others to join the party. I like that, Kimberly. I like that. Waiting for others to join the party. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write it in my one book. Let's see. Where's my pen? And yeah, I love the way this came out. I don't think the video is not released on this one yet for this setup, but the dividers, yes, but not the setup. It's done and it'll be out this week, so never fear. So let's see, waiting for others to join the party. I like that, because that suggests fun, and I'm all about fun. So I'm going to use that. So I'll put that here. Let's see. Hey Vicky, how you doing? It's all right if you're late. You would like to see decorating hauls. Okay. You know what? I didn't think that those were going to be that popular. And the last one that I actually posted, I got like some really good views on it. So I was kind of surprised because I had stopped kind of doing too many hauls. But I'll tell you, Vicky, you're not going to see any for, well, you might, I have one more that I think I'll be posting up. But other than that, you might not see that many for July because I'm kind of doing a no spend for July as part of my one book July challenge. So if I'm successful, you won't see it. You like the intro right on. I love my viewers. You guys are so cool. But you can tell me the honest truth too. I have really thick skin and I always like for people to tell me the truth about things and don't say I look pretty when I have like a booger in my nose and stuff like that. Just tell me I have a booger in my nose so we can just get on with our lives. That's the kind of girl that I am. I don't like for people to kind of gloss over the truth, especially like in the workplace. You want to know exactly what you're doing wrong or right so you can adjust. You can't adjust if people don't tell you the truth. So I'm all about the truth. The truth in a positive way. The truth can be positive because it's constructive. It gives you like guidance. It gives you guidance so you can know how to move forward. So the truth is important. Definitely. So if you guys tell me the truth, even if you tell me the truth in the comments, I promise not to delete them. I don't think I've deleted any comments, but I don't really get any bad comments. But if you guys didn't see also, I got a troll before I even started the live stream. There was a troll on here. He tried to put some stuff on here. I got rid of him real quick. Said, no, sir. No trolls here. So I am about to wrap this up. So you guys can wrap your stuff up too. So you can like save your projects for next week. Because I'm going to be coming back on this time next week. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I've been doing this for a few weeks now. And I really, really, really enjoy it. So I'm definitely, this is kind of a mainstay for Liz for a Day. So you can look forward to me being on at 6 whenever I come on live at 6. And right now I pretty much have a schedule for the on live. On the weekends, I'm on Saturday and Sunday. And then just Tuesday and Thursday during the week. So I was going to do every day. But I decided to not put so much pressure on myself. Because, you know, I'm trying to like make my life easier and not make it harder, but at the same time share with you all and have some fun. So that's my way of having some fun with this. So I'm gonna let me show you guys how far I got on this coloring page this time. See if I can pull it up so you can see. Let me move my pencils out the way so you can see. It's kind of pretty. I still have a lot to do. I was thinking I would be finished this time, but nope. No, I'm not. All right on, Kimberly. See, I'm glad you all are being productive while we're watching because I think that's possible. You can be productive. So you just remember next time you have everything ready so you can be productive when you come on. So I am going to just put my pencils away. I'm going to keep the same pencils. I'm just going to put them into my little pouch, which this little pouch came from my 365 carry-all tote, which I did do a review on this too. So this is just a piece of that tote. You guys should check that out because that's an awesome tote. All right, so thanks for everybody for coming on. And again, if you are just coming on and you don't know me, this channel is about planner, organization, and lifestyle. And I would love to see you here every Sunday. And you can subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And if you have, I just wanted to say thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to shove off. And I just wanted to say again, you guys, thank you for coming on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. So with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease from your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.